everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So if you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on those, and while you're here, you can check out some of my recent videos. Okay, let's get this right. Before this, I will have posted a review of Cruel Summer, which is on Freeform, and then before that, I would have posted a Let's Talk New Releases video, and then before that, I would have posted a video talking about the new Sims 4 expansion pack, cottage living, farm life, etc. So yeah, that's that. So today I'm not gonna put makeup on because I don't feel like it. Also, I have glitter from my makeup that I did last night still on my face. Whatever. Today I'm gonna rant. Today I'm ranting on something different. I'm ranting about TikTok. I don't know how many videos I've made relating to TikTok on my channel, but it's been too much. But ever since the last video I made on TikTok alone was last year, since then I use TikTok considerably more now. I used to just like fake hate it because I didn't want to do it again. But I like TikTok now. I think it's really fun. Liking is relative, thinking it's really fun is relative, because everything that I'm about to say about that app is gonna make it sound like I don't like it, and I don't. Fundamentally, it's fundamentally flawed. Yeah, fundamentally flawed. But there are really good creators on it. There's really good content on it. So that's why I like the app. What I want to talk about, as you can probably tell, who knows what I'm going to title this, but as you can probably tell, I'm talking about Black TikTokers, because who the fuck else would I be talking about? Not white people. I certainly would not be centering whiteness if I'm trying to bring light to Black TikTokers. That'd be weird. So what I want to discuss today is why I have so much respect for Black TikTokers. And let me start out the conversation by saying why I would rather cornrow grass than be a creator on TikTok. I think, okay, I have no research to back this up. This is just from observation. That's research. I think being a TikTok creator, if you're Black, I think that's the worst app to be a Black creator on. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Because the shit that I see, this is why I have so much respect for you guys, because no. There are features of that app, and the fact that features don't exist that are literally anti-Black. I heard you can't even mute an old TikTok. That's anti-Black. Not that anti-Black, and that encourages harassment. If you can't mute mute comments like on your TikTok, how is that not co-signing harassment of your creators? How is that not a feature that is actively contributing to the direct harassment of your creators? That's weird. Also, muting is my favorite feature on Twitter. It's one of the best things that Twitter has, actually, out of a sea of garbage, is the muting feature. That's scary to me. The next feature that actually has to go is actually the save feature. I'm sorry, because you guys don't know how to control yourselves. We have to remove ourselves from all fun. You guys bring TikToks to Twitter in order to further harass these creators, and that has to end. I'm sorry, I don't want to see anymore. I think, you know how I'm pretty sure there wasn't always, I could be wrong, I could be making this up. I'm pretty sure you couldn't always just save TikToks. I'm pretty sure that you had to, what should happen is you should have to post a link to the TikTok on Twitter, and you should have to open up a TikTok app. If you want to start discourse on TikToks, do it on TikTok. We don't need to bring it to Twitter. And that's what starts all these crazy recycled debates, because you guys won't leave us alone with TikToks. But that's my point. I also think saving someone's TikTok to come onto Twitter to talk shit about them is kind of cowardly, especially since you don't know if you're being ripped apart on Twitter. I don't think you should have to know, because you might not want to see that shit, but also it shouldn't be happening without your permission. I just think the save feature is doing more harm than good. The only good thing is that I can save TikToks and laugh at them, but I would just rather bookmark them on the app. I also think that a lot of TikTokers get a lot of TikToks get a lot of views accumulate a lot of views on Twitter, and that doesn't go to the person who made the TikTok. That just goes to nowhere, actually, because the Twitter creator doesn't even make money. But if you put it on Instagram, they will. That's not my point. So these are the features that I think are anti-Black. Just some of the features that I think are anti-Black, and how there's not other features are also anti-Black. But So you're a black TikTok creator, you're a black social media content creator. So you have to deal with literal racism, regular racism. TikTok does hate black people. TikTok does hate black people. TikTok really does hate black people. Because if there's a violent racist in a black person's comment section, they can comment anything they want. They can comment literally anything they want. But if you respond back as a black person, your account is banned and struck down. Because TikTok does encourage harassment to black people. That's why they haven't. There would be a mute button. There would be a mute button. And because everyone goes on TikTok and everyone is a famous edgelord and wants to impress all their edgy 15-year-old friends, or edgy 25-year-old friend, I don't even want to make, people make it into an age thing. No, y'all be grown, paying rent, saving for retirement, still whatever. I don't want to talk about that anymore. And everyone wants to be the funniest thing and everyone wants to be famous and stuff. So the way to get the most clout on TikTok is actually race-related things. Those are their favorite things to do. It doesn't really, either by purposely antagonizing a member of a race or just being racist. Those are the two ways. But anything race-related, they adore because it lets them get out their frustrations onto black people. It also does not matter how old you are. You guys can't do that. You guys can't be racist and then be like, I'm a minor. You can't do that. I hope that's clear. I thought that was clear. I thought that was clear this whole time. That's why whenever I talk about like safety in minors, I'm like, unless it's dangerous, like unless it's a dangerous opinion, and racism is a dangerous opinion. It's a dangerous mindset. You can't do that if you're a minor. You can't really do that. So you deal with regular racism. Then you also have people fetishizing you all the time or degrading your appearance at the same. That is so strange to me because in the same comment section under the same video, you will see someone fetishizing this person, nasty. And then you'll see someone degrading their appearance in the same comment section, or it's the same person going back and forth. Which one do you really want? It's really crazy how a slight in the TikTok algorithm just one day can send your TikTok to a completely different audience. If your TikTok just ends up on the wrong side of TikTok just by a quick in the algorithm, you're fucked. Now, oopsie, you're literally drowning in different types of harassment, and there's no way to circumvent that at all for TikTok. They won't show your content to people that actually follow your page, but they'll randomly throw a random video onto white supremacist. That's weird. That's weird. So we have non-black people being like just anti-black to you regularly, and then it just spikes up every couple of months, or now it's actually happening way more often. It's like every month whenever black people, especially black women, set a boundary and then you guys retaliate because you're toddlers. That happens every month. So in addition to regular racism, in addition to anti-black features on your app, now you have to deal with pissy white women who want to antagonize you for views, right? You're not a black Barbie. Mary Elizabeth Sue, you're not a black Barbie. You're not a black Barbie. You don't listen to Nicki Minaj. You've never listened to that song before, clearly. Clearly, you've never listened to that song before. You just want to do a TikTok trend. Say that. You're not a black Barbie. It's really crazy. This is white women will say, listen to what I'm about to say. Men get on the internet and take out their frustrations onto unsuspecting women. They take out the fact that they can't get pussy onto unsuspecting women on the internet. So you guys say that, right? Okay, let's flip it and reverse it. Why? White women complain about what? Male incels. We recognize that what male incels are doing is wrong. How are you not also engaging in incel-y behavior? How is taking out clearly your frustrations onto unsuspecting black women because one single one set a boundary and antagonizing them for it? How is that not incel behavior? How is that not doing the same thing as these men that you claim to hate all the time? All the time. They will literally be like men, because they do, come on the internet and take out their frustrations onto random unsuspecting women. White women do that to black girls as well. Why is a random black girl on TikTok making you so mad that you're making 15 TikToks about her, calling her cis to be antagonistic? Is this not incel-y behavior? I'm sorry. It sounds incel-y to me. But no critical thinking, just vibes. You can't play with this toy. You can't play with it. You can't play with this toy. So now you cry about it. I don't really care. So you have non-black people antagonizing you that way. You have non-black people antagonizing you by wearing do-rags and slyly mouthing words because you guys think you're so cool. But you, again, this would never happen in person because these are the first people to literally just cry the second you talk to them. They cry, oh, Amanda's gonna hit me. Whatever. But if you're a black person and this is happening to you in your comment section, there is no way for you as a black person to respond. Because if you respond, literally no matter what you say, your account might just get gone. Just gone. There are so many variables that can be just instantly taken away from you because TikTok decides that what you did wasn't appropriate. You can be kicked from the creator fund. You can be literally banned. Anything can happen to your account because you wanted to respond back to violent racism. But the thing is, the comment was allowed in the first place. Shouldn't there be a filter? That would require caring about black people. Shouldn't there be a filter mechanism to like, why is this person allowed to comment dark monkey bitch, but the TikToker can't respond to that? That doesn't make any sense to me. TikTok encourages racial harassment and mistreatment, and they do it in like, because you know how they said that they purposefully they do shadow ban, they do suppress the content of like marginalized creators for their own safety. If something was for their own safety, you would be able to mute a TikTok. You would be able to shut the noise off for at least a second. You would be able to respond back to comments and not get your account banned, but the racist is still going free. You would start banning IP addresses. Like, you would start doing something a little bit more, because this app has been very, very popular for 2 years now. Like, it's giving Sims team. It's giving, we don't want to update anything. We don't want to have to deal with the fact that this thing is popular now. It's weird. So you deal with racism. Then you have to deal with people literally biting off your shit. So non-black people cannot stop stealing. It's in their blood. I made a video like a year ago about the Renegade and how that was stolen. But yeah, TikTok has never stopped stealing, not 1 second since then. White creators take black dances, don't credit them. And it's not just dances, it's just jokes in general. There are non-black people whose entire TikTok platform is recycled jokes. For every singular funny black person there is on the internet, there are 3 non-blacks biting off their whole comedy, their whole shtick. 3 of them, at least 3 to 5 actually, biting off their entire thing, their entire shtick. And TikTok does encourage this behavior, because why are the original creators of dances not at the top of the, someone creates a dance. They're gonna be the first person ever doing this dance. Clearly, it's gonna be the oldest video. Why isn't that automatically just moved to the top of the sound? Like, I'm not, girls who code, I'm retired, but there has to be a way to circumvent this. I just don't want to do this. Wouldn't it make sense the person who created X, it should say created by X, and they should be, if the TikTok cares about black creators, because this is not a new problem. And then the Renegade made its way to, like, it was a pretty big story what happened with Jalea and the Renegade. So I'm wondering why no feature was created to make this sure this problem never happens again. But this app doesn't encourage the harassment and stealing of intellectual property of black creatives. That's very interesting to me. You would think that TikTok, it's a basic 1-2-step code, again, I do not code, to create a section where the creator who makes the dance can go, or the creator who makes the sound or whatever can go. Why? A tag, a little border, or I don't know what you want to do, but there's a way to do it. And you're just being lazy, I think. Because there's no reason this is still a problem. Plagiarism is not allowed in any other situation. And it's TikTok, but we know it's not just TikTok, because we see what TikTok turns into. Look who people are getting, reality shows, on late night television, music careers. So we know it's not just TikTok. So that argument has been done for at least 3 years now. We know it's not just TikTok. We know more opportunities are coming from just TikTok. So if things are being taken seriously on this app, if this app is now a place for music artists to promote their music, it's a very serious app. You would think they would take their own app seriously and want to make sure issues like that never happen again. But that would require not hating Black people. That would require TikTok not hating Black people. That would require TikTok not hating Black. They hate Black people. That's why they can't do that. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I am. So I'm not done. I'm nowhere near finished. So we talk about regular racism. We talk about literally regular racism. That was just the first on the list of shit you have to deal with if you're a Black TikToker. So regular racism, then people stealing from you. And then what do you do when they steal? What can you do when they steal from you? Oh, this person stole from me. That's it. You don't get any of the views back. You don't get any of the money they probably made in their TikTok creator fund back. You don't get any of that. You just get maybe credit. Maybe credit. And because it's credit after it was created, it's not really credit. More like nobody, it's only Black people are gonna recognize that you made this sound. And not even, some of them will be a little bit rude. So you deal with stealing. You deal, it's very, so people are stealing. Then, so this is just once you get a platform. Growing as a Black creator on TikTok is, there's two different things happening at once. And I talked about this a little bit before in like the ratios between like following and likes and all that kind of stuff. It's more difficult to grow on any social media platform as a Black person, despite how Black people are the foundation and the backbone of all of these social media applications. And it's even more insidious because there's a feature that doesn't exist publicly on most other social media platforms, showing how many likes you get publicly. That's not on YouTube. That's not on Twitter. That's not on Instagram. Really, it's not public. On TikTok, it is public. And that's why this is even more, if they hid that feature, we wouldn't even know that this is as big of a problem as it is. Because Black people run that app, and we can see it in how many likes Black. Go open your TikTok app, click on the first Black creator that comes on your For You page, the likes and the following. Black people run that app. They have all the likes, crazy amounts of likes. Our jokes are the funniest. Our sounds are the funniest. The dances are the best. We know that. We know that. But if you turn your head 13 degrees and look at the following, it will literally be halved. It will literally be, I promise you, it'll be halved. There will be millions, 4 million likes, 500,000 followers. Who does that make sense to, and who else does that happen to? Who else does that happen to? That's insane. Why? The bare minimum you can do for a creator that you enjoy is follow them. Now, of course, there's going to be a ratio. I don't need the specifics police coming in here. There's, of course, going to be a ratio because not everyone who likes TikTok is going to follow them. But that is asinine. And you know it is. That's why you're arguing with me. That's why your first response is to argue with me instead of listening. Okay? It's because you're Black. It's because you're Black. That's why that's happening to you. It's because of white supremacy. They feel entitled to our content. The least you can do is follow. But it's easier to kind of disengage and not realize how you're actually contributing to the like silencing of Black creatives and Black voices. It's easier to not have to acknowledge that. So nobody wants to. It's easier to doom scroll and just absorb said content or whatever. And we all understand how the systems that contribute to pretty privilege work, so we know the ratios are worse if you are dark skinned, if you are fat, if you are not able-bodied, etc., etc. We understand that hopefully by now, so we can see how these ratios a little bit deeper, which is why we think it's best for us to each actively work back against the algorithm. And I'll share how I do that because it's our civic duty, right? So that's my point. Blackness is also inherently not family friendly because it's Black. So family friendly, you being family friendly is what allows you to grow more and have your ratio not be as completely skewed, but Blackness is not family friendly. So that's also why your ratios look like that. Then a lot of Black creators, and I'll talk about this literally in a second, have to talk a lot about Black issues, and that's not family friendly either. So even harder to grow. Then those community guidelines and violations and whatever literally do target Black people, because a Black person existing on the internet is a violation. It's a violation of TikTok's agreement. They don't want monkeys here. That's what's happening. That's why you're getting, that's what's happening. The reason a white girl can post TikToks in their bikinis, their whole cooter out, etc., 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 and your video gets taken down, because you're Black. And us existing is not appropriate. Us existing is not appropriate. And that's why they don't want us to grow. I also, conspiracy time, think they just take down accounts because they don't want popular black creators. That's also why they don't verify popular black creators. Let's say a black creator does get past all of this, and grows and does have a large following count. No verification. No verification in sight. No verification in sight and no verification on the way. None. Just 2 million followers, no blue check next to their name. Who does that make sense to? What are you actively trying to do? Who are you actively trying to push off this app? Despite, we clearly can see what happens when black people are not on. I'm going to talk about the thought shit situation in a second because of what I said about the beginning about centering whiteness. Very interesting to me. So I'm not done. So you have to deal with it's hard to grow. Now, I'm not done. So you have to deal with 1, 2, 3. Now, back to what I just discussed before about speaking about black issues that's not family friendly. Speaking of that, when TikTok punishes you, it's weird because TikTok will punish you for talking about black issues and black trauma, but simultaneously it's the only content they seem to push, and or the only content that people may engage with, non-black people. Let's be very specific. TikTok is supposed to be fun. This is a social media application. At the end of the day, it's a social media video sharing application. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be drinking champagne and eating strawberries. That's what's supposed to be happening on TikTok. But it can't always be that way for black creators, at least in the same way it can be for non-black creators. It's not the same. If you are black and you get on TikTok and you just exist, gonna be honest, nobody gives a fuck. TikTok doesn't give a fuck. People who may follow you don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck because they don't give a fuck. And also TikTok doesn't give a fuck. So it's not showing your material to them. But talking about your trauma, talking about your experience as a black person, they do pay attention to that. But it is a double-edged sword. Now you have engagement, and you can make, if you've not already been kicked out of the TikTok Creator Fund, which they do target black people with for that. If you haven't already been kicked out of that, you might be making a little bit of money as well from this engagement about talking about your black experience and inherently your trauma. Inherently, you're talking about your black experience, you're inherently talking about your trauma. But now mostly, you have, not mostly, but you have a lot of like non-black guilt followers who are here to be educated. Reverse, because who said that? Who said I want to be Professor McGee? Who said any of these black TikTokers wanted to be Doc McStuffins? Who said they wanted to be Education Connection? Who said that? Who said they wanted to do that? Did they say they wanted to be a professor? Did they say they wanted to be Miss Frizzle? I don't think so. They were pigeonholed into making this type of content because what else gets engagement? The same type of engagement. Click on a profile, click on a black person's profile and see what type of videos get the most amount of views. But how else are you supposed to get engagement to your now what do you do? Because you can do content that you like, and this isn't necessarily saying that everyone who makes educational race content hates it or doesn't actually want to do it. Not everybody, but I do know a lot of black TikTokers who do other stuff besides just making educational race content. Their followers don't even know that they sing. They don't even know that they dance. They don't even know that they do cosplay. They don't know. Because TikTok does not show them, 1. 2, because non-black people don't want to do any sort of let me learn about this person and not just use them as a mule in my anti-racist educational journey. None of that either. It's a double-edged sword because how else are you supposed to get engagement to your platform if you know that this way works? Which is why I can't blame anybody, but I also respect, because those of you who like explain like racism like really like nicely to non-black people, better than me, okay? I'm just wondering how difficult it must be to see this video where you're laying out your traumatic experience as a person and explaining your life to someone who doesn't see you as a human being, doing better than the video that you spent time showcasing your gift. I'm wondering what that must feel like, and I assume it must feel horrific. And you guys don't want to, as consumers, you don't want to do anything about it to make them, what? I don't know. That makes me really sad, because it's not just like you can spend so much time on a TikTok talking about, you can make a TikTok about makeup, singing, cosplay, whatever. TikTok won't show it. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. But the video of you showcasing your trauma does well. And the thing is that's even more sinister is your follower count didn't change. The amount of people who followed you did not change. It's what TikTok showed the people who followed you. You have the same follower count. Follower count is not changing, but one of your videos is being seen by a lot more of your followers than the other one. And I wonder why that is. What are you talking about in said video? So unless it's like making you laugh or talking about our trauma, TikTok doesn't really like it at all, okay? If you're not mad, or you're not funny, or you're not turning your anger into humor, TikTok just is like, that's really cool, but we don't really care. I'm really sorry to tell you that. That is what's happening. And it's insidious. And we're not done. We're not done. So, people are being racist to you. People steal all your content all the time. It's difficult to grow because TikTok hates Black people. And because of that, most people are pigeonholed in creating a specific type of content. Again, not everyone, but a lot of people are pigeonholed into making a certain type of content. We're not done. Now, we're talking about, who knows if I'll make a video on parasocial relationships. I don't really know. I think there's other great videos already made on parasocial relationships. But the next thing I want to talk about is parasocial relationships and over-familiarity, because this with Black people, with Black creators, is different. It's very different than it is with white people. Because internet creators do talk about parasocial relationships and over-familiarity and how it affects them all of the time. This is not something new. But the way it does affect Black people, as I'm sure you can reason if you have critical thinking skills, is a lot worse. It's a lot worse. So those are general problems wrong with social media, whatever. Y'all are over familiar with Black people in a different way, because you do feel entitled to our physical, emotional, and intellectual property. You feel entitled to pretty much everything we exist because no one's ever told you no before. That's why. I don't know what makes you guys trauma jump in a Black stranger's DMs. What makes you do that as a non-Black person? Especially if it's you like coming to terms with your own racism, either your own racism, your friend's racism, your mom's racism, I don't fucking care. But I don't know, why would this random Black TikToker care? Why is this random Black TikToker who you are using I think this is so weird, who you are using as your anti-racist journey instead of reading a book? This is your only source of anti-racist journey is a TikToker? There's nothing wrong with using TikTok as a learning platform. Do fact check on there, but you don't want to do anything else? No. The labor has to be done by a Black person, of course. Back to my point. Why would they care? I don't mean to be rude, but why would they care? Why would they care? Why would you send that to them? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you guys, it's not just DMs. It's not just DMs. People just trauma dumping into Black TikTok creators like DMs. It's you tagging them like attack dogs in a random racist Why would you do that? Why? I don't think non-Black people understand that we know the world is racist. If the creator you follow is always talking about anti-Blackness, I think they know the world is anti-Black. So I don't think you need to tag them in every single anti-Black creator on that app. I think you could do your job as a white person and deal with it yourself. Isn't this your fault? White supremacy is your fault, is it not? Why you need somebody else to do it? It's giving coward, honestly. That's what it's giving to me. You are, oh, it makes you trauma dump. It's very weird. Why would they care? You guys are in, and then if it's not trauma dumping in their mentions or DMs, it is in their comment sections asking them to spoon feed you information. Like, this is your mother teaching you how to ride a bike. Like, what's really going on? You guys don't want, how I said before, non-Black people don't want to do any sort of emotional labor. And it's like, do you think Black people don't have to do emotional labor too? There's so much shit that we have to unlearn as well. It's not just, you are not special. You're not special. Everyone else has problems. But you're in their comments, if you're not further traumatizing themselves with your own trauma, you're in their comment section asking them to literally hand you the information on a golden plate instead of doing any outside work. Why do you think, this is one of my favorite TikToks, and this girl was like, you need to have some sort of understanding before you come onto my TikTok page. You need to have some sort of a base foundation. You know how for classes, there are prerequisites? Maybe for some TikTok accounts, because you want to use them on your anti-racist journey, you need to go read the prerequisites. Have you ever thought about that? They get so mad when they don't understand what you said. But is it I'm wrong, or is it just you didn't get it? Which one is it? It's the second one. It's the second one. Maybe you didn't get it. Maybe if you didn't just use TikTok as your way to learn race theory, you would know that. Maybe if we didn't learn what Asian fishing was on TikTok, and then you're now in Black girls' comment sections telling them they're Asian fishing for the natural shape of their eye, maybe we wouldn't be here. Maybe we wouldn't be here. Maybe we wouldn't be here, but we are, which is why I can make this video. And then, so that's just regular, just like parasocial relationships, not really understanding what the fuck is going on. Then we get into playful rudeness. This is one of my tweets that got ratioed last year, but now everyone agrees with the same opinion. It's fine. It's not playful if you're a stranger, clown. You're rude. You're very rude. And it's with all Black people, with Black women. You guys make it your life's mission to humble any Black woman on TikTok. Any of them. Humbling is so weird. Because why is it Black women need to be humbled when who's been terrorizing the world? What's going on with you guys? Everyone wants us to be wrong so bad. Black women do not live in the right world for us to be wrong. We don't live with the right people to be wrong. That's why we're always right. Oh my God. We don't live in the right universe to be wrong. That's why we can't be wrong. If you would listen, we might get there sooner. Why are you saying things you would never, ever, ever? I know, because you're online and anonymity, even though it's not anonymous, people can still find you. Yep, you leave a social footprint. By the way, you're not saying things you would ever say to a stranger, but you're saying them to this random TikTok creator online because you followed them. You pressed the follow button and you thought that means you can now say whatever you want. And you guys do this. It's weird when you see comments. It's always people following these creators. Why are you don't know them. You don't know them. You take a step back. Take a step back. Would you say that to a stranger on the street? If the answer is no, you don't need to comment it. Because you don't know them. And I know some people are like, I didn't mean it that way. And that's perfect. That's fine. But you know, impact over intent. Don't be weird. And you guys are especially weird with Black people. And you're especially weird with Black women. Because you don't ever want to ever think of what someone else's boundaries may be. Your first thought is to just violate them. No, you don't even acknowledge that they're there. You might not ever think, this Black person may not want to be referred to as cis. Especially after the debacle. Bestie's next. And I'll deal with that when it comes. But I don't want to be called cis by no white person, by no non-Black person. I don't want to be called that. It's a boundary. And you're not going to deny that it is worse for Black people, because can't you imagine that everything is worse for Black people? So as much as you hear white creators complain about parasocial relationships and people violating boundaries and people being over familiar with them, imagine how much worse it is for Black people. Especially because you guys literally mule and mammy onto us your problems. Like we don't have our own. Or you like hide behind criticism, but you're being mean. You're like criticize. I'm just trying to help you, but you're just being a bitch. Can't do that either. You need to go find friends in real life. Then maybe you'll learn how to interact with other people. Very sorry to be blunt, but this is what I have to do. Because every day I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok often now, and every time I scroll and fall and like listen to my friend, I can't talk. Listen to the TikToks. I'm just like, I'm laughing, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I read through comment sections often. You guys are so evil. You guys are so evil to Black people on TikTok, and they provide you with all of your stuff, you would never laugh again. You would never laugh again. If Black people got off TikTok, you would never laugh again. You guys would all be even more miserable than you. Do you get that? Do you know how sad you are right now? You are very sad. You would be sadder if Black people on TikTok disappeared. You would be very, very, very sad. But you want to play games, and you want to be over familiar, and you want to be playfully rude with the people that provide you with free entertainment. And you don't even do the decency of following them. You don't even do the decency of following them. You don't even do the decency of making sure that you're actually engaging, you're actively engaging with the content of the people that you supposedly like. I don't get that. That wasn't a real sentence, but I hope you understood what I said. It's very weird to me. And I'm not done. I'm not done. I have one more thing as to why, I guess this video is kind of just a rant about how TikTok fucks everyone up, but in all of this, I'm saying that I have a lot of respect for Black TikTokers. And I'll link I will never post on TikTok a day in my life. Don't ever expect that. But you can see who I'm following. I talk about how the way I use TikTok, the TikTok algorithm at the end to understand why my following list is the way it does. But back to my point. So we got to deal with all that shit, right? I talked about non-Blacks. I talked about non-Blacks this whole time, right? Can't ever leave without. There's a saying, turn the rooster to the crow. That doesn't even sound right. I think it's a Southern saying, like, now it's time for the rooster. Basically, now it's time to talk to each other. Y'all be Black doing this shit too. We can't do that. I need to talk. Misogynoir runs so deep. Misogynoir runs so deep. Everyone, this is the society we live in. You have to unlearn it. No matter who you are, you have to do active work to unlearn how we've been taught to hate Black women. You have to unlearn. Nobody's done it. Black women, you cannot love, if you're a Black person affected by misogyny, you cannot love other Black people affected by misogyny if you don't also love yourself. That's just something you have to understand. If you are saying, this is something that comes a little bit more with age. If you're like, I hate the way I look, but you're like, I love Black women. No, you don't. It starts from yourself, because what happens when there's no self-love in yourself, now you're on TikTok making fun of you're a Black woman, making fun of every Black woman that comes out your For You page, you're in the comments section saying something absolutely nasty about them. You're saying something absolutely nasty about them. Breaks my heart. Black woman Abby saying the most literally vile shit about the TikToker that they're talking about. You guys really love to do this to Black women, you guys who you don't like the way that they look, or because of the way social media, they don't fit into that aesthetic. They don't look the way you think we all should look, so you make fun of them for that. And you hide it behind concern, and not very well, because the misogynoir just shines through like a flame. But you cannot berate somebody because they don't look the way you want them to look, because they don't want to act the way you want to act, because they don't want to talk the way you want them to talk. You can't do that. That's bullying. You are a mean girl. There is no concern. There is no concern. If someone come out on your For You page and you don't like the way they act and you come, you're the mean one. You don't like the way their hair looks, you don't like the way they dress, whatever, whatever, whatever. You comment on it, you're a bitch. Because how is it affecting your life? Why are you leaving 6, 7 comments about this girl's hair underneath her post like she didn't see her hair before she posted the video? Do you think she cares? It's always a black woman. You guys hate when our hair looks any type of way. Anyway, you hate our hair. You hate us. So of course you hate what grows out of our scalps. Talking about her wig or her lace, even though it's a lace front wig, or the part, or the this, or the that, and the third. Like, who cares? Since you know everything, show me how to put a lace front wig on and not have the lace show. Since you know everything, give us a tutorial then. No tutorials, no face Abby even shown. Just lots of words. And you guys are not concerned. That's what's, because it's always like, I said hidden behind concern. It's very obvious, it's just blatant misogynoir, but it's always worded in a way that if someone who didn't have critical thinking skills read it, they would think they're just concerned for them. You're not. You're not concerned for them. You just want to make fun of black people because misogynoir runs so deep. You just want to make fun of black women. I'm sorry, you guys don't care about the wig. You don't care that her wig looks like that. You just want to make fun of her. You don't even, and it's scary how much it's done. We do it to each other. It's stuff you have to unlearn. Why is the first, you have to unlearn this. Why is the first thing we don't like a black girl, we talk about her hair? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? We have to unlearn that. You have to, it takes time, can't be done overnight, but you're not helping yourself. You're only hurting yourself. And you can actually be concerned, but actually being concerned would be providing a solution, providing aid, providing like something to help the situation, not just dogging them in their comments section. But that's never done. That's how I know it's never about concern. It's, why does your wig look like that, you black bitch? And not, here's a product that I have tried to help me lay my wigs better. It's never that. And then here's the kicker. Y'all be kikiing in the comments, making fun of black women as black people, and then who else comes to join you? Who else comes to join you? Who else comes to join you? Who else gets the green light to join you also to make fun of the black woman that's spending all your time instead of a job, a hobby, a career, a passion, a gift? Who comes to join? Who comes to root? What is that phrase? Who comes to eat? Who comes to feast? Them, the roaches. And then everyone's like shocked. Why? What's happening? You started that. You opened up the floodgates onto that. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. Gotta unlearn that as soon as possible. Now we have non-black people talking about, I can see your lace. What? What? We are in hell. TikTok might have gotten us there faster. Now imagine having to deal with this every single day. No break. Can't even mute a post. Can't even mute a post. You can't even mute a post. So, what do we do? Because I can talk about, I can complain and stuff, but what am I gonna do? So how I use TikTok, first of all, I talked about this before, basics. Following all the black people that you come across. How I work, because I was one individual person, have to do my duty to work back against the algorithm, clearly, because I mean, who else is gonna do it? I press not interested on any white person that comes up on your For You page. That's also how I keep your For You page black. Even if you laugh, who cares? I also think you should, because we know how colorism, featureism, fat phobia, etc. like affects the way you're treated through this, try to skew who you're following to be heavy towards more marginalized groups. Because we can really see what your politic is based on your following list. That's also why you can tell when those like who get on the internet and pander to black women who they actually like. It's not even just them. Sometimes it's y'all too. It's really, really weird. Stop. Stop. Made a video on my Patreon about that. Stop. Stop. Stop doing that. That's how I think we can. I also don't think any of this can really like change. I'm not saying there can be no change without TikTok doing something, a feature, a mute feature. That will probably come. But that's just, when I learned that you couldn't even mute TikToks, you still get comments on from your TikToks from months ago, that's one of many, many reasons I added to my list why I could never ever do this job. I respect you guys so much. But yeah, I think as individuals, we have to do better with how we interact with content, because someone who's like my age has kind of grown up with internet content, free internet content, my entire like childhood and my entire life. And I think because of that, we don't really know how to actually talk to creators and how to actually interact with them, how to actually keep them safe, especially with the biggest creators all being white assholes. We really don't try to ever. There are black people also too who also are getting mistreated. I think we all have to do a little bit of work in realizing how we interact with people on the internet, especially people who give us content for I don't think you guys understand. You would never laugh again if these black people just took down. You would never laugh again. You would never crack a smile again. And you want to be all types of big, bold, and bossy in their comments. I don't like that. It bothers me, and I wrote it all down to come in and make this video because I'm really upset. Like, So that's how I actually work. How I work in the algorithm. I only like dark-skinned people's TikToks. No, wait. I like all black people's TikToks. It takes me longer to follow. I will follow mostly dark-skinned people. Follow an occasional light-skinned person. But I like all their content. But I need to, this is me actively working against the algorithm. So you only follow people who can fail a paper bag test. Reverse colorism is how we get this started. No engaging with white people's content. This brings us back to this isn't the reason why I made this video. The thought shit that happened way after I started planning this video, but now I want to talk about it. Black TikTokers say we're not gonna make a dance to this song. So white people do what white people do, which is have no talent and come up with flailing arms. Now the white people have featured threads and articles about their inability to dance to a song. What happened? I don't think that was the goal. I hope that wasn't the goal. So what happened? It's a little bit confusing. Now all the threads that I see are about how they can't dance and not about the black TikTokers that would have made the dance in the first place. Now we just have a bunch of, are white people still at the top of that sound? I assume so. Little scary. Don't really know what that's about. So that's my video. I also want in this, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I think we should all, I mean, it's not just like you, it's all of us doing individual work to unlearn the shit that we've learned, especially with, I just think we don't, with as many creators, which is, how do I say this? With as many people who have become content creators over the past like 5-6 years, it's been exponential growth. How many like creators have come onto platforms? There hasn't been like simultaneously, there hasn't been enough talk about creator mental health and what can affect that and how you as a like consumer of said content can also affect that. Those conversations haven't been had in tandem, especially when you add in Misogynoir. They don't take race into account at all, but they definitely don't take into account what black women experience at all whatsoever. So I think we have to start that now. People have been doing it for years, but just like, I don't know, if I can make you actively engage with it more, maybe that can help me and one individual person. I don't know, but please. So that's the end of my video. That's all I wanted to talk about. I love TikTok. I think it's really fun. If you go in my following page, you can find my favorite TikTokers. There's more. Again, there's more. It's just the way you have to work against the algorithm, guys. You have to work against the algorithm. It takes a lot of work. It's just like reporting the shade room once a week. You have to, if they believe reverse blank exists, Fine. Fine. Let me make it exist then. So that's that. That's it, my video. Thank you guys so very much for watching me. I didn't really talk. I talked about in the section talking about like how you're pigeonholed into talking about specific content. I talked about how you get a lot of non-blacks who are just really guilty about being non-black but not guilty enough to pick up a book. Basically, allies. I made a video on my Patreon talking about what allies. My voice was pretty loud. I was basically giving non-black allies, I'm putting them in a timeout. So I put that on my Patreon, but I have the link to the video. I'm gonna put it in the description box because I wanted to post it on this channel actually, but because YouTube is an open platform and there's also white supremacists on this app, I wasn't going to. But I really want people to watch it. I want non-black people to watch it. Let me give a disclaimer first. I tell you in that video to shut the fuck up about 8 times. I don't want you to leave a comment on that video. I literally just want you to watch it and take it in if you're not black. So if you would like to watch a video about how to become a better ally to the people you need to supposedly care about, or you want to hear how maybe things you've been doing in the past are not helpful as an ally, you can go watch that video. Because I'm going to put the like unlisted link in the description box. I think that'd be fun. I wanted to post it on here, but so you have to go an extra step. That decreases the amount of people who watch it. So hopefully if you want to watch that, you can. If you would like to, don't watch it if you're a bitch. Don't watch it if you shake and cry when criticized. Don't watch it. Don't watch. Weren't you? So yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. So if you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on there. And while you're here, you can check some of my recent videos, which should be on your screen right about now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow your black TikTok creators. Make sure you are still following them. I think this would require us actually using that following page. Go through that, make sure you didn't miss any content from your favorite black creators. Actively comment on stuff so they can help like with like shadow banning, and it's just, you can do all this stuff, but it's up to TikTok whether they want to care about black people or not. TikTok, why do you hate black people? That's how I ended my Colourpop video, so let's hear it. Nothing. So yeah, those are the individual things you can do. I also think that you could, if you are non-black, could financially support your black TikTokers who are giving you content for free, because a lot of them were kicked out of the TikTok creator fund because it's racist. So just like keep that in mind. I just think we should, I might make a different video about how to engage with creators and to keep it not weird, because boundaries are so crossed, the line doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's weirder. And it's even different when you're a black woman. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on TikTok as a platform. I guess what we can do about, I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on TikTok as a platform and being black on that platform. If you have a TikTok, let me, I mean, I'm just talking from an observation experience only. I've never like experienced it myself. So there was that. So if you had experience yourself, you can tell us a little bit more. Say whatever you want in the comment section and just don't be racist. So yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.